Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the topic of meditation and why it's the single most important habit in your life. So let's start off with what meditation is. Meditation is any habit that increases your awareness of the present moment. And you may say, well, Julian, what's the point of increasing your awareness of the present moment? What's this crap? I just want to get practical stuff done, I want to feed my kids, I want to make more money, and I get your point, you may think meditation isn't practical at all and it's just hippie bullshit. Well, I'm here to say it isn't, and it's very practical actually to your life. And I'll give you a list just to prove that increasing your awareness increases all sorts of positive attributes. So the first thing increasing your awareness does through meditation is it increases your concentration. And basically concentration and awareness is everything, because the more focused you are, the more output you can create in less time. Like, for example, your school, your job, your business, everything you thought was very practical and meditation had nothing to do with, it helps with. It helps with concentration. So that's amazing. A second thing meditation does is it increases your happiness and fulfillment levels, because you're not so stuck in your mind, but instead you're just here, you're aware of the present moment, you're not worrying about the future or regretting something about the past, because those are all thoughts you can just observe with meditation. A third thing meditation does is it decreases stress and anxiety as you increase your awareness, because what you can do as you cultivate this habit of meditation is you can start to observe your emotions rather than get engulfed and sucked into them, like people sometimes do. Like, for example, when you're feeling anger or sadness, like these very negative emotions, you can just observe them objectively without any bias or judgment, instead of, reacting and then causing, negative outcomes you may not want. So it creates huge emotional mastery. And that's very important if you want to be cool and chill and not stressed out. A fourth thing meditation does, which is also huge, is it increases your confidence levels, because the more present you are to the moment, the more you can just observe what the other person is talking about with you, and the more you can express yourself without thinking about whether what you're saying is bad or what people will think of you. And you're not as self-conscious and insecure about yourself, because again, those are just thoughts which you can just observe and go back to the present moment. So that will of course increase your authenticity, because you're more expressive, you're more confident, your personality is more spiced up, and this feeds back into the happiness. It will feed into a loop of happiness as well. So that's awesome. Another thing meditation does through increased awareness is it increases your intuition and creativity, which is a subconscious thing. It's a subconscious process which has to happen more naturally and organically, And the more you overthink stuff when you're trying to create something, the more you're just going to block this creative process of your mind creating new connections in your subconscious. So when you just calm down your mind through meditation, you calm down your conscious mind, which may overthink plans and future events and past regrets, and instead you allow your subconscious to do the magical, beautiful work, which is creativity, and it bubbles up new insights for you. It's a very spontaneous thing. And finally, what I have to say, which is the most important, is that increasing awareness automatically increases your self-awareness. Because when you're more aware of the present moment, you basically observe your thoughts from a third-person perspective. And then you can realize your limiting beliefs, your cravings you may have from addictions, which is huge as well, because meditation is a huge anti-addiction recovery process, which is great. It basically reduces your addictions by a huge amount, because you're aware of the cravings, you're aware of your weaknesses, you're also aware of your strengths through your thought processes, and this allows you to build a bigger understanding of yourself. Know thyself, as the ancient Greeks would say, is a very important part of living a good life, because if you don't know who you are by introspection with awareness, you basically don't know where you want to go with your life, because they're both, two sides of the same coin. If you know yourself, you automatically know where you're going. And when you know where you're going, you automatically know yourself. So the process of setting up visions and goals and dreams, they reflect who you are usually. And if you don't know who you are and what weaknesses you have, then basically those weaknesses will overpower you because you're unaware of them. And also you'll be sucked into all sorts of addictions and bad habits because you're not aware of the problems they create for you, and you're not aware of the cravings. So an example of this is eating unhealthy food. If you're unaware of eating unhealthy food, then you don't realize all the negative consequences of that junk you're eating. But when you're fully aware, you're taking that hot dog, for example, and you're biting into it, you can feel your stomach bloating. You can feel that you have less energy. All these negative physical attributes that you're aware of now are more likely to make you kick off this addiction of yours, which is extremely helpful as well. So the more conscious you are, the more you realize that you can step out of your mind and basically not give into addictions. And you also build a bigger understanding of yourself. So I hope in this video I gave you a really compelling case for why you need to meditate every single day. And if you're going to do this, if you're going to make this commitment for the rest of your life, I want you to start with 10 minutes a day, okay? And then slowly from there, 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month later, go to 20 minutes a day, and then 30 minutes, and then 40 minutes. Slowly increment your timer for meditation. And there's all sorts of videos on how to meditate. One of the most popular techniques is mindfulness meditation. And basically, you have to make this a habit, because otherwise you're not going to see the exponential results of this habit. First you have to invest in the first few months, like a few 6 months, and then slowly, as you do that investment, your results start to spike up, after the first year or the second year. So this is a very long-term process, okay? You're not going to see huge returns in the first week or month. It's going to take you at least 6 months to see some benefits to this. And it's a very subtle thing, which is why it's very hard to stick to. But I can assure you that if you stick to this habit for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, for the rest of your life, the levels of happiness you will feel, the levels of contentment, the levels of understanding of yourself will be astronomical compared to the average person. So I hope you can have a long-term vision for why this will help you. Anyway guys, see you in the next video. Peace.